I'm Dylan with Orpstone Aeroponics. Tonight I'm here to show you how to do a nutrient change on the Monster Flower Aeroponic growing system. Last week I showed you how to plant the system, add the nutrients. You can see plants have progressed quite well. Put on some nice roots. Now after the first week, I gotta do a nutrients change. Put in some fresh nutrients, fresh water, and in another week we'll do another nutrients change. But tonight I'll be showing you how to use the inline pump that comes with the system to drain the system through the hose, which I've already connected, and outside. Also, I'll be showing you how to use an auxiliary pump that you can plug in and suck it out of the system. It's a little quicker than using the inline pump. To start draining the system, first open this valve. That's going to allow, once you've turned the pump on, the water will be feeding down these pipes, going down and out. Then plug in pump. Now it is draining using the inline pump. It's sucking the water down from the pump end, pumping up through the filter, through the feed pipes, and out. Once this action is started, you can start to rinse the system with the hose towards the pump end. This here feeding all the debris that way, and it'll pump it up, clean it right down to the bottom. Another method for draining the system, other than using your inline pump and draining through your filter, is using an auxiliary pump. This auxiliary pump plugs right in. You go through the pump, hook it to a hose, and pump it right outside. Get rid of the old fluids. That will allow you to wash. Once you've connected your auxiliary pump, you can plug it in. Well, first, before you plug it in, you want to make sure you open both this valve and the next valve back. This here will allow you to suck right out of the reservoir. And after you've done that, you take your down pipes from the pump end and move them over to the drain end. That way you're sucking right down to the bottom. You'll pick up all the debris that way and give you a nice clean reservoir to fill fresh, put fresh nutrients in, and start your second week. Now that you've done that, move the drain pipes, you can plug in the pump. Now you can see this pump is really pulling it out. It's real efficient, a lot faster than using the inline pump. It's a little bit more expensive, a little bit more connection and more time, but I'll show you how clean it is and what we're starting with. You can take a hose, rinse it backwards, and it'll suck it right up and push it out. You can see how dirty it is. We'll wash that out with the hose. Just give it a good rinse and spray it all around. Surfs up all the loose debris on the bottom. Allows the pump to suck it right up. Okay, now you can see the water. starting to get much clearer. This pump is actually keeping up. Now that the pump's keeping up and keeping it drained right down, there's only a 1/4 inch of water, or give or take, depending on how it's sloped. Unplug it, and now I'll begin to fill it back up, and I'll plug it back in and drain it one more time until the water is good and clean. I'll just let it fill back up to halfway, just above these fittings, and I'll plug the pump back in. And I'll drain it back out until it's as clean as I can get it, which is pretty clean. Most of this debris will be gone. Now the system's just about filled with fresh water. I'm going to go ahead and plug the pump back in. And begin flushing it out again until it's all fresh and clean. You can see the water's got very little debris in it now, and it's very clear. There, now it's sucked down, practically empty. We'll shut the inline pump off, and we'll begin to refill it, and we'll add the nutrients. Also, I like to wipe it up after I'm done too. Give it a quick wipe down. The cleaner you keep it, the easier it'll be to keep clean. There you have it, a fully drained system. And now we're just ready to add fresh water. You're going to want to shut these valves back off and disconnect the pump, and you're ready to add fresh water. Well, the system is filling back up with fresh water. Make sure you move the down pipes back over to the pump end. Also, you can take and clean the filter. As you can see on this one, there's hardly any debris and buildup on it, so I'm not going to bother. If it had any buildup, I'd go up and scrub it, but it's really clean. Always good to check. It only takes a minute to check it. Easy. And it could save you some clogged nozzles in the future. Okay, now we've drained all the old fluids out. We got fresh water in here. We're going to add the nutrients. Every nutrient company has a feeding schedule you can download as a PDF. For Aeroponics, I've been cutting the recommendation down to, say it says 1 gallon per milliliter. I'll do 2/3 of a gallon per milliliter. I split the nutrients half in one side, half in the other. Now that I've added the nutrients, I'm going to plug the pump back in. You can see it coming back across, but first, before I plug the pump in, I'm going to open the recirculation valve. That way, when I plug the pump in, the fresh nutrients will be going up and around and recirculating versus going straight to the plant roots. I'll shut the pump off once it's diluted and everything's the same color. You can see it pulling the nutrients up, lighter on this end, dark on this end. Once it's all the same color, I'll then shut it off and allow the newts to suck up the new fresh nutrients and water we've provided for them. And that's how you do a quick nutrients change. Okay, now we've added our nutrients. We got fresh water, fresh clean system. The plant's going to be able to absorb this week's nutrients that much better. And now that the nutrients has diluted and the contents in this reservoir and that reservoir are the same color, we shut our valves and allow the nozzles to miss the roots and let the growth begin again. Thank you for watching. This is how you do a nutrients change on the Monster Flower Aeroponic growing system.